Hello, I'm John. You saw me steering the boat earlier on, but that's not my real work. My real work is writing books, and they're books for children just like you.
I completely forgot about that. I set that up at the end of the last stream, and yeah, so that was a complete surprise. Yeah, goodness knows what was going through my mind with that. Anyway, hello there everybody, Sam'sTrains here. Blimey, that's completely thrown me, that has. Man, good old John Cunliffe, eh? Hope you're all doing okay. Hello to everyone that's turned up in the chat. I'm sorry, but I think people are a bit confused by that. And me too, like I say, I'd forgotten about that. So I hope you're all doing okay. Thank you all very, very much for turning up to another stream. I'm hoping you're all going to enjoy this one. Rosie says Don Antino. Most people are getting the reference. Oh, most people seem to remember who that was. Bless him. Right, so LMS fan 13065, hello, hope you're doing okay. Barry Moon, hello, nice to see you. We're moving, Rosie, says John. GDUR 64 Pania says good day to you too. Lee Kerwin, hello, nice to see you. He says, oh, thank you very much for that, Lee. He says, hi Sam, please run an A1 class or Merchant Navy in blue with any coaches. Oh, that's a good idea, yes, I will certainly do that. Out of interest, did we get a notification for that? I'm wondering if I did, and maybe the speakers aren't turned on. I'll have to double check that. I'm waiting, because normally I start talking. Oh, there we go. Like I say, yep, normally I start talking again, and then it starts to interrupt me. So yes, of course, Lee, yes, I will certainly do that. And thank you very, very much for the support. Peanut Tube HD says, hello Sam, I love your vids. Thank you so much, I really appreciate that. Lewis Hughes, hi Sam. Blimey, there's a lot of folks. It is nice to see so many of you. Thank you very much for coming to watch. Mr. Dragon, Noopa Jupe, that's a cool name. I don't think I've said that one before. It's cool. Ryan Long, Out of Sync Sam. Are we out of sync? Let's have a listen. Thank you very, very much for the support. Yeah, a little bit, okay. Hang on, let's fix it. I'll be right back. Or maybe John Cunliffe will, I don't know. Right. Fingers crossed that was better. I tell you what, that streaming issue hasn't been a problem for absolutely ages, has it? It really hasn't. So, it's a bit of a pain that, but let me know if it's all good. Hopefully, normally after a restart it is all good, so we'll have to see. Buffering. Oh, we've got another one. AZ Rail, thank you very, very much. Evening, Sam. Hope it's a good stream, says AZ Rail. Well, it's not looking good so far. We've already had a technical problem, but hopefully that's all sorted. Let me know if it is. Yeah, loads of people are saying that's better. Wow, thank you, tech team. That's it's nice to have so many looking out for me. Yeah, if it goes out, just let me know and I'll fix it again. Yes, thank you for donating, as Mark says. Can I have a shout out, says Reacher Holt. Well, you asked so nicely, so yes, you can. It's the sync now. The sync, whatever. Oh, Peanut Tube, thank you, yes. The Nintendo Gamer 55 says, hey Sam, hey to you too, welcome. Hey Sam, I sent my entry for the giveaway, sorry if it's late. No, that is okay, you've still got plenty of time to enter. So, hello everyone, thank you so much for coming to join. If you want to shout out, stay in there in the chat and I will do my best to get to you. But there's loads and loads to get through today. I've got a bit of an unboxing / review to do, not of a loco for a change. It's going to be some rolling stock, so that's cool. Jack Clark, thank you so much. He says, please run the Helgen Tango with your least favourite rolling stock. Whilst being banked with the DJM J94. So you're trying to create my worst nightmare in train form, are you? Well, that's a challenge. I don't know what my least favourite rolling stock would be. You'll have to suggest some in the chat. But yeah, thank you for the support, and I would say I look forward to doing that, but with the DJM locos and the Helgen Tango, that's not quite true. So either way, thank you for that. Adam Ruston is there. Blimey, he's going mad in the chat. Hi about 20 times. Well, hello Adam, I have seen you now. So yeah, I've got a review to do. I'm going to be doing a bonus giveaway, or should I say a bogey giveaway, booby prize. I'm not 100% sure. You'll have to be the judge of that. I've got some photos to show. I've got some letters to open. Let's have a look. No, I think that's basically it. So lots to do. Requests, of course, loads of requests to do. But first of all, I want to give a massive thank you to last week's Super Chats. In fact, this week is starting to shape up much the same. Jason Biggs, thank you so much. He says, can you run a Drummond 700 class with a Dean Goods with coaches? I certainly can. Yeah, that's a fantastic idea. I will certainly do that. So yeah, on that sort of string of conversation. Wow, again, William Town, thank you very much. Could you please run a Great Western 14XX with one four-wheel coach, a box wagon, an open wagon with a Great Western toad? Oh, we've got a list that time. No, that's okay, I can certainly do that. I'll do my best to get all of your instructions just right. So, as I was saying, last week, massive amounts of generosity. Thank you all so much for that. As I was going to say, I don't know if we'll beat it this week, but it sounds as though we're starting to already. So I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that did Super Chat last week. So here's the list. Are you ready? This is where I get tongue-tied, so hopefully not. Okay, let's have a drink, and then we'll get to it, and we'll try this. I'm supposed to be getting good at this, but I don't know if I am yet, so we'll see. Right, Shining Time 4. Oh, almost got interrupted there. Eoin Gunson, thank you very much for your donation. Of course, you will be entered, everybody, for the Drummond 700 class, but I'll get onto that in just a sec. Right. From the top, wish me luck. Shining Time 4, AZ Rail, Daniel Taylor, Lee Kerwin, Jack Clark, Logan R, William Town, Lakios, Phelan, hopefully I got that right, hopefully. Harry Chapman, TrainFan95, Phil Jackson, Connolly 500 the Fox, yes that's right, we had an actual fox on stream last week, that was very cool. Dancing Turtle 96, Michael John Kelly, Deltic Dan 900, wow, it's his 22nd birthday. Everybody, happy birthday in the chat, and thank you very much, Deltic Dan. I should be giving you something for your birthday, not the other way around. Either way, have a very happy birthday. Right, where do we get to? Dancing Turtle 96, Michael John Kelly, DEKUNZC, Michael Whaley, Pirate 12, The Ugly Duckman, Giles Curtis, Colin Wykes, Me Untrained Fan 28, Sir AJ Finley Jr., Mute, and Lewis Hughes. So thank you all so much, and also Rob Arnold, thank you very much to you as well. Please run the 9F with a tsunami of ocean wagons. Oh, a tsunami, that means quite a lot of ocean wagons. Yes, I will certainly do that for you. So to everyone, you are all entered for the lovely Drummond 700 class. Let me show you. Brand new, never been out of the box. There she is. And there's still, let's see, well, including this stream, there's still 3 streams left for you to enter for this. So good luck to everybody. If you want to enter, all you have to do is send in a super chat of any amount, and as my little thank you, yep, you get entered in for that. And on that note, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone that does support. It is mind-boggling how many people do, and even if they're tiny donations, they really do go a long way. And I say this every week, more or less, but I want to keep saying it because it's absolutely true. By these small sort of, small actions of support, you really are helping this channel to continue, and you're helping me to do what I absolutely love to do. So for that, I really can't thank you enough. And just a small thanks is, of course, the competition for the Drummond 700 class. So good luck to everyone. For today's stream only, I'm going to do an extra prize giveaway that's going to happen today, and I don't know whether this is a bonus prize or not. It might be a bit of a punishment prize, but you'll have to decide. I have decided I'm going to give away this. This is a brand new Hornby analog controller. It's the new one that's just come out. So whether or not you can make use of these, I don't know. I know that not everyone who enters for the 700 class is going to want this either. So if you want this, we'll put a code name in the super chats. Let's say Neil Golding, thank you very much. Hi Sam, can you run a schools class? I certainly can. In fact, I will be doing pretty soon. So yeah, let's say include the word cat, okay, in the chat. So if you send a super chat, include the word cat, and then I'll know you want the controller as well. Matt Ovale, thank you very much. Can you run a maroon diesel, ideally a warship or a 52 with maroon coaches? I certainly can, Matt Ovale, and thank you very much for that. So yeah, slightly dodgy controller. I'm not a huge fan. I don't have much of a use for it. But even if you want to win it just to, I don't know, destroy it on camera in quite a flamboyant way, that's absolutely fine. And I will also throw in a power supply, unlike Hornby, so you can use this. I know there are some folks that are getting started with model railway, so maybe this will be useful to you. Shining Time 4, just missed you. He wants to, thank you very much for that. J13 with some brake bands was the last one. Oh, okay, Shining Time 4. Thank you very much for letting me know. Did I miss one? Activity Palace as well. Thank you very much. So as you'll notice, some people have already done this, but I will be doing some requests as well. So if you want to donate £5 or $5 or more, you get to have your very own request. If you want your own sort of moment on the live show, if you want your own engine running around, well, not your own engine, but you know, your own choice of engine, I should say. Yep, send $5 or £5 or more. First of all, thank you so much for the generosity, and include the engine. Check back over my videos, find out what I've got, and make your own decision. And again, that's just a little way for me to thank you for your support. So with that, oh, and shining time for a J13 with brake vans. Oh, that's a nice idea. You mean an actual brake van train? Is that what you meant? Oh, and Lampard 2013. I missed you as well. Bearded Frodo says, did you get my super chat yesterday and my request? I don't think I did. I don't think I did. Send me an email, Bearded Frodo, and I will double check. And also, Dancing Turtle 96. I can't remember if I saw yours or not, but thank you so much. That's very kind of you. And I think, hopefully I haven't missed anybody out. Obviously, if I have, I will come back and double check. And, oh, yep, there we go. I already read that one. So, speaking of requests, I have some set up, and I think you'll be pleased with these because there's some quite lovely things to show. So, here we go. So, we have 3 requests left over from last week. That's what those are. And Dancing Turtle 96, there we go. I'm glad you finally popped up. So the first one is from Philip Jackson, who said he wasn't going to be here today for the stream, but I think he is now because I don't know, maybe he doesn't have to work. Either way, he is here. He wanted to see, ooh, Gary Johnson. Thank you very much. That creepy laugh never gets, well, it does get old actually, doesn't it? Very, very, very quickly. It never fails to embarrass me, let's put it that way. So, yeah, Philip Jackson wanted to see a BR Black liveried 4MT, either Stanier or Fairburn. Well, I've gone with the Fairburn in the end, although it's not a BR Black. My only other 4MT is the Stanier one, I think, which is DCC fitted. The problem being that he wanted to see it double heading with a BR Green DMU, all of which are DCC ready and not fitted, so I had to sort of choose the Fairburn, but I'm hoping Philip's going to be okay with that, as well as a BR Bauxite brake van on the back. Then the Ugly Duckman wanted to see a Bachmann 1F with a Terrier and some Mark 1 coaches, and as you can see, I've done that. Now, I firmly believe that there was no loco out there that could make that Bachmann Midland 1F look like a gigantic loco, but I think the Terrier has done that. Yeah, it looks huge in comparison to the Terrier, which is amazing. The Duke of Rawsome, thank you very, very much. He's popping in just saying hi, and well, hi to you too, and thank you very much for the support. And that brings us to the final one on the inside line from a guy called Mute, who last week said that he was, or last stream rather, said that he was recovering from a surgery. So I don't know the details, but I'm sure everyone in the chat will wish Mute well, and yeah, I hope you are doing well, Mute. Anyway, he left it open to me, really. All he said is he wanted to see a Malachite Green Loco, and so you can just see in the corner there, I've picked the schools class. Dancing Turtle 96, thank you once again. I forgot the message on the last one, but cat. Okay, no problem. Anyone that donated before I mentioned the controller can also be entered for that, just in case you, yeah, you didn't realise that that was part of it. Right, okay, so yeah, he wanted to see a Malachite Green Loco, so I chose the Southern Schools class, and also some Southern Railway coaches, which I have duly set up with that. So, thank you to everyone for these requests. I'm going to get these started. So here we go, and thank you, Bullman, whoever that was. I will come and check. Wow, I'm blown away by the generosity already today. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. Right. Well, I'll set these running, and I'll give you the split screen. Oh gosh, we've got a Martian camera. That's no good. I'll tell you what that'll be. That happens when I reset the stream. I always have to come and turn this camera off like this. Let's do it. Has it gone off? No. I have to turn it off like that. And then if I hit the button again, it should, if you cross your fingers, should come back on properly, hopefully. Is it going to? Yes, there we go. So there we go. I'll leave you on the split screen while I find out who I missed. It was it was the Fox again. Connolly 500, the Fox. Hello, I just got to Ohio. So happy I could come. Very nice. Do you, are you visiting Ohio then, or do you live there normally? Either way, hope you have a very good time. And I hope you enjoy the stream too. So let's just take a moment to appreciate how unusual an idea this is from Phil Jackson to have, yeah, the 264 steam tank engine hauling a DMU. I assume this isn't just a random idea though, Phil. I'm assuming there was some scenario in real life that involved that. Not that I know of, but then again, I don't know very much about these things. But yeah, I can't remember whether Phil explained that one or not. But yeah, my guess is that something along those lines, that was a pun, must have happened in real life. Or if not, full marks for creativity, but I'm sure that will be true. But there it goes. And I think I can say with some certainty that I've never done anything like that before. I don't think I've ever put a DMU with a steam loco, or certainly not the, certainly not a DMU with the Fairburn tank. I don't think I've ever done that before. And let's take a moment to appreciate the Terrier doubleheader as well. Ooh. I think there might have been a derailment as well, but I'm not sure. I think that bauxite brake van might have derailed. Oh, cool thing though, you can see the lights on that DMU, which is very cool. It did happen, says Phil Jackson. Oh, very nice. You'll have to tell me the story of that. Was there a problem with the DMU? Did one break down or something? I can't imagine why they'd need to do that unless it was for entertainment purposes. I don't know. Sounds cool though. I saw that at the Mid-Norfolk. Oh, with an NERT2. Okay, so it happens on heritage railways presumably then, does it? So is the steam loco helping the DMU, or is the DMU helping the steam loco? I can't imagine. Right, what other engine have I not given lots of attention to yet? Oh, we'll just have a quick look at this one. There we go, the lovely Schools class. Not a loco I've showed before, I don't think. That's one I bought from a recent train fair, which was pretty cool. And the GWR Railfan, thank you very much for your super chat. He says, please can you run any HST set today? Cheers. Yes, I can give that a try. If we got time, I will certainly give that a try, but I might have loads of requests already, actually. But yes, I will certainly give it a go. Bearded Frodo, thank you. A bit sad I won't see my request now. Why not? Oh, well, don't worry, Bearded Frodo. As I say, send me an email if I didn't see it, and I will sort that out for next time. And I'll make sure I don't miss it. But yeah, that's strange. I must have missed that. I will check my super chat list. In fact, if it's on the super chat list, I will be able to find it. Right, we're just waiting for the DMU and the tank engine, which is taking its time. So, how's everybody? Hope you're all doing well. Cooper Green, wow, thank you so much for that, Cooper. He says, hi from Australia, Sam. Yes, it's late here. Ooh, how late is it? Can we get a triple header of the 2 Peckets and the Andrew Barclay, pulling a rake of mixed coaches, mainly Crimson and Creams, and BR Red? Perhaps an a pillbox brake van on the tail. Wow, that is a fantastic idea. Thank you very, very much for that generosity, and yes, I can certainly do that. That would be a pleasure and a doddle. I will certainly do that. Right, cool. Let me just set it to this camera because I have to just change one of them, ready for the next section. And yeah, in the meantime, thank you very, very much for those requests. Those were fantastic. And I appreciate all the support. And thank you to everyone who's super chatted as well. You are all entered for this competition, and those that wanted to be, I don't know why, but you might want to be, you are entered for the controller as well. And I'm expecting to see fireworks. If you're not buying this for serious use, I want to see on video your creative destruction of it. But of course, that will be entirely up to the winner. I decided I'm not going to go so far as to destroy it myself, even though I quite badly wanted to. No, I thought I would put it to a more useful purpose, so that's cool. Ali Wakeford says, please do that. Yeah, I know, it's tempting, it is tempting. Blimey, Cooper, it's about 1:50 AM where you are. Cool. That is dedication. I've got to give it to you. I don't think I've ever been awake at that time for a stream, so that's pretty crazy. Right, it's 10 AM in Alabama. Oh, blimey. Well, that's a bit better. That's a nice sort of mid-morning time then, isn't it? Race your trains, please, says Marianne Bashua. Well, I do sometimes race them, yeah. It's a good idea. I do quite enjoy races, although you have to be careful with the more fragile steam locos, obviously, because they're not really built for racing. But with some toys, the Thomas & Friends models, they love it. What is your favourite train out of your collection? You know, I think that might have changed recently. I think it might now be Wakefield Train Lad. It might now be the Bachmann C1 Atlantic. I just can't get enough of that. That is such a gorgeous engine. It used to be the Bullard Pacifics, of course. I'm like this now, whether or not I've replaced it as my favourite. It's 5:30 in Ireland. Oh, right. Well, that's about the same as here then. That's more or less the same. Cool. Well, shall we have a go then? Let's see what's next. Right, yeah. We'll get on to the review then. So, I'll keep my iPad. I'll show you what I'm going to be reviewing because I found a bit of a bargain, which you might be interested, and it's one from Oxford Rail. So it's this. It is a wagon pack, and I've discovered that Oxford do quite a lot of this. They bundle 3 wagons together. In fact, this isn't the best one. I found an even better one after I'd already bought these, but they're all reasonably cheap. I think this one was £26, and if you do the maths, £26 for 3 wagons, you can see there are 3, isn't too bad. However, there are cheaper ones that I found on Hatton's. There's a 3 wagon pack for £23, which I think makes it less than £8 each for a wagon, which is very, very good, especially when you consider the sort of detail that you get with Oxford Rail. So yeah, there's quite a few left. I think these are still left for £26, but they haven't got many of the £23 ones. But I have included a link in the description, so if you want to check them out, feel free to. As it stands, I don't know what these are like. You might want to wait until I've opened them up because they might be useless for all I know. However, knowing Oxford Rail, they probably won't be. So the ones I've got are ICI Salt Division wagons, which is not something I'd ever had before. So I'm going to give these a try and we'll see what these are like. So there we go. I've set up a camera on the floor and I'm going to get these out for the first time. And of course, I'll get them running as well later on. But first of all, I thought it would be interesting to see what these are like, because I've never owned an Oxford Rail sort of basic wagon. I've looked at their brake vans and I've looked at, well, I'm going to be looking at some of their more strange bits of rolling stock, such as the railgun, for example. But I've never experienced just a sort of, I don't want to say box standard, because that's a bit mean, isn't it? But yeah, a more sort of plain looking wagon. So it is made by Oxford Rail, but this is one of those commissions from Golden Valley Hobbies. So if you want to look this up, it is a Golden Valley Hobbies product. It's GV6020, and the official description on the back of the box says 3-pack ICI Salt 7-plank open wagon. So that's what you want to look for. And they are all the same as far as I know. I mean, they've got slightly different lettering and numbering on them. They're not just the same wagon, I should say, but the same design, as you can see on them there. So that's pretty cool. Right, well, I'm going to unbox one properly, and then I think we'll just, you know, whiz through the rest so that it's not too boring to watch. Hopefully it won't be. So there's nothing on the box as far as I can see, no sticker or anything. I think the sticker was on the outer sleeve. So we will get this out and take a look and see how it compares to the similar sized wagons that I already have from Hornby and Bachmann. And the answer is, it seems to hold up pretty well. So it's actually quite heavy, I'm surprised to say. Yeah, the Oxford brake van I looked at was very, very lightweight indeed. And I was expecting, you know, since this is so much smaller and sort of, yeah, no interior, etc. I was expecting this to weigh almost nothing, but it's actually not bad. There's quite a bit of weight to that. Wow. I've just noticed, you might not be able to see this on camera, but I've just sent one of the wheels spinning, and look, it's still spinning. Still spinning. Thank you very much, whoever blew the whistle. I will come over and make sure I don't forget you. It's still spinning. Still spinning. Blimey, that's incredible. And I've not oiled this, obviously. That was the first time. Still spinning. That is bizarre. How can it be so free running? That is crazy. It's still spinning. You're probably not going to believe this, are you? Still spinning. That is bonkers. What have I discovered? Thank you again. I know watching a wheel spin isn't that interesting, but you have to say that is impressive. It's still spinning. Is it? It can't be. It's still going. Yeah, still going, folks. We'll wait for it, wait it out. So that means there must be so little friction on that axle. So yeah, you could probably have a massive train of these, and even the weakest of locos would manage them. Still spinning. Can you actually see that this is spinning? Because it sounds like I'm making this up and taking you all for a ride, but no, it's still spinning. Still spinning. It's noticeably slowing down now. That is bonkers. You know, I'm going to put these on the track, I can guarantee, and they're just going to glide along as though they're not there at all. So I would say for smaller locos, Oxford is the way to go, because the towed brake van was the same as this. Still spinning. Yeah, the towed brake van just glid along without any resistance whatsoever. Still spinning, but slowing down. That is bonkers. Thank you so much, whoever sent that. I don't know if this is worth donating for, but I'm pretty mind blown by this. Still spinning. Gosh, it's going so slow. Still spinning. And no, still going. There we go, and it's just about grinding to a halt now. That is amazing. So these things are good quality, you can tell already. So yeah, decent amount of weight to it, very much so. It's got NEM couplings, metal wheels. For the price, it ain't too bad at all, and I'm going to show you some of the details up close in just a second, but we'll get the rest out, I reckon, to start with. So this one is, again, it's the same thing. I think they are different numbers. I hope I'm right in saying that. Yep, that first one was 163 and this one's number 8. So there we go, slight difference there, slight difference rather. And then what's the last one? This one's 94, it looks like. But yeah, this is a really nice way, isn't it, to get matching wagons all in one go for a reasonable price, because normally, obviously, if you want a big rake of wagons, you've got to buy them all separately, and that can get a bit expensive. And thank you, Bullman, thank you very much, whoever sent that. But yeah, this way, if you're looking to build up a reasonable sized rake of the same sort of wagon, this is a good way to do it. And yeah, they feel really good actually. So let's come back up to the front and I will double check on who's just sent those kind donations. But thank you very much to everyone. Oh, blimey. Yeah, that's the thing. I've just tried to put one down on here and it's started to roll away quite immediately, so that is a slight problem. The better quality rolling stock doesn't stay where you put it. In fact, we'll try it on Gordon's Hill, shall we? I bet they'll roll straight down there. Right, let's have a look. So it was Spartan A054 Moose, says choo choo, although I think you got the whistle sound effect, but thank you very much for that, I appreciate it. Charles Curtis, thank you for the great live stream. Well, thank you for the support, Charles. That's very unbelievably kind of you. Thank you very much. And the Texas Train Master, thank you very much for your support as well. Again, once again, you're entered for the loco and the controller if you want it. Oh, Bowmaker Fox. Guess you've got 2 foxes in the stream. Also, cat. Well, thank you for the support. And yeah, apparently, folks, foxes enjoy model trains. I never knew it, but apparently they do. And I hope I didn't miss anyone else. Obviously, I will go through the list later on, so if I did, don't worry. I'm just scrolling through the chat to make absolutely sure. No, the last one was Cooper, so I think we're good. Well, thank you very much for the support, everybody, anyway. And for now, let's have a close look, shall we? Right, make sure I'm hitting the right button. So, I mean, I don't need to tell you, oh, 28 railway videography. I think I said that right. Thank you very much. Wouldn't mind a new controller. Absolutely, I will make sure you're entered for that. Right, so, yep, you can see the level of detail on here. I don't need to tell you that being Oxford Rail, the print work is fine. But yes, it all looks very good. Plenty of underframe detail, as you can see, along with the metal wheels and the NEM couplings. Hopefully I can show you that properly. Yeah, reasonable amount of detail. I mean, they're not absolutely mind-blowing, but they're as detailed as they could ever want to be. And Hector's Videos, thank you very, very much for becoming a member. I hope you enjoy the membership. And of course, you do now get an ad-free experience. So if you become a member, you don't have to watch adverts either, which is something I failed to mention before. But yeah, there's that. And quite an interesting feature anyway is that, yeah, the 7-plank interior has been separately painted, which is very nice. And of course they're all the same. Just for completeness, I will show you one other. Look at this, look how easily they roll away. Straight away, I didn't realise this. Tell you what, if you want to know whether a surface is level or not, buy a pack of these and bung it on. And if it rolls away, then it's not. Because I thought this surface was, but nope, apparently not. So as you can see, that's number 163, more or less the same. So yeah, really, really good. For the money, you can't go wrong. Less than £8 a piece, and you get 3 of them. So that's really, really cool. So that's cool. Yep, I like that, and we'll get those running. I've got to find somewhere safe to put these now so that they don't just roll away or equally get stomped on by me. Put them there, and we'll try them. Shall we try them on Gordon's Hill? I think we should, shouldn't we? Let's have a quick look at the chat. I'll make sure I haven't got anything else that I wanted to say. All right, well, give me your thoughts. What do you reckon about the wagons? Is it worth it? Is it worth £7.30 or whatever it is? What do you think? Do you think they could be better? Did you expect them to be worse? And should I try it on Gordon's Hill? There we go. That should give you something to ponder. I have some Lego on my model layout, says Joshua Lee. You know, I used to do that as well. There was a time when I had, well, it was Duplo. I used to build station buildings out of Duplo. Goodness knows what I was thinking. I suppose I wanted to try and make it look like a bit of a toy town. But yeah, some of my older videos do show that, which is interesting. Sam, do I get one because I'm a member, says Reacher Holt. A request that is yes. If you go back onto the community tab, you'll have to scroll back away because it was posted around the time of the first stream, but there is a post on there which allows you to comment back with your choice as a member. And Williamtown again, thank you very, very much. I dare you to push that new wagon down the line as hard as you can to see how far they go, says Williamtown. I'm up for that. Is everyone else up for that? Let's do it. Right. Well, first things first, we have to consider safety, and oops, that camera needs resetting. Yeah, we need to consider safety and move some of the engines which might be in the way if I do that. So, goodbye Fairburn, we'll just move you off for the time being. And just in case anybody decides that this is me being childish. No, no, of course it's not. No, it's a scientific experiment to see how freewheeling the wagon is. And obviously I have to not push it too hard because it's going to derail if I do that. But it will be very fascinating to see how far a single wagon can go. So I need to make sure I get it on the correct line, otherwise it's going to it's going to smash into an engine that I've not taken off the track. Right, I've picked my poison. Here it is. Let's just see if it sits still. Yes, it's sitting still there, so that section must be flat. And I'm going to give it not too much of a push, but a fair old shove. Are you ready? Let's see. Let's see if I can follow it. Oh, there it goes. Will it get onto Gordon's Hill? That's the question. Yes, it will. Now that is bonkers. That is bonkers. That's uphill as well. Is it going to go back down? No. Right. God, I'm amazed by that. Right, let's do it the other way, see if we can get some extra speed out of Gordon's Hill, because to be honest, I can't believe I'm doing this. But yeah, I didn't give it that much of a shove, so let's try it this time, shall we? Right. Oh gosh, that was a bit harder, folks. There it goes. Wow. So anyway, yeah, that's my playtime over. I'm going to stop doing that now, but that is amazing. And Martin Earnshaw, thank you very, very much. Hi, keep up the good work. Well, thank you very much for the support. And yes, you will be entered into the various competitions from today. Wow, yeah, I'm amazed at how freely those can run. That is bonkers, isn't it? So yeah, good old Oxford Rail. I must say, performance-wise, all of Oxford Rail's rolling stock that I've witnessed so far has been top-notch, just like that. So, that is crazy. So a very good idea. That was a good one. That was a good one to do. And Gareth Waite, thank you very much. Hey Sam, they are great wagons. Could you run... Oh, I'm struggling to read that one. I'll read it on my iPad, it's a bit easier. Could you run your Grey P class cheers? Does this chat and donation still count for the comp? How are things with you? Yes, it absolutely does, Gareth. And I'm very well, thank you. And I hope you are as well. Thank you very much for your support. Very impressive. Yes, Gareth Waite. Sam, this is a huge democracy. Is it, Adam? I don't know what that means, is it? It keeps going, Joshua Lee. I can't believe that. That has gone halfway around the room. It started here, right, in front of me, and obviously Gordon's Hill is behind me over there, so it's gone right the way around the room. Unbelievable. I can say honestly that I've never had a piece of rolling stock that can do that. So yeah, they are very good wagons, and like I say, you could get a lot of them behind a really baby engine like a Peckett, and it wouldn't struggle, I don't think. Obviously, I'll have to test that. I'll have to get some more and see. But yeah, that was very, very cool. Right. So we'll go for a quick break. I'm going to take the engines off the track during the break and put those Oxford wagons on, and possibly some more requests. Well, it'll have to be some more requests because I've got loads of them to do. But first, I will go through the list of super chats and we will see. Oh, Bearded Frodo, yes, I did get yours, so I will definitely make a note of yours. Right, so let's have a look. So the first one was, I wanted to thank Bearded Frodo, and I'll read this because I must have missed it. So he says, hi Sam, can you double head both Pecketts with a good strain? We'll watch the stream after work. Absolutely, yes. So we want both Pecketts. In fact, I think there was another request for Pecketts, so they must be very popular today after that review. Do we all like the Pecketts? Did everyone enjoy that? Again, I'm sorry for showing you another review of a Peckett, but I couldn't resist it. They're just such lovely engines. Yeah, I just saw another when I was at Worley, and I thought, yeah, I'm going to get another because I'll enjoy reviewing it, so hopefully people will enjoy watching it too. So, both Pecketts, yeah. And Bearded Frodo, thank you very much. I'm sorry I missed that, but yeah, that was before the stream, so it wasn't just my fault. Okay, so then we have Lee Kerwin as well. Wanted to see an A1 or a Merchant Navy. Ooh, so it's a choice, an A1 class or a Merchant Navy in BR Blue. Well, I think it's been the longest since I've done an A1, so I'm going to do that because that would be very, very nice. And just maybe she will be the one to haul the wagons. We will see. Oh, any coaches? No, it has to be coaches. Okay, so the rest of it was AZ Rail. Thank you very much to you. Jack Clark. Yes, I read yours. William Town. Yes, I read that one. Jason Biggs, thank you very much to you. Ione Gunson, again, hopefully I said that right. Ione, maybe. Deltic Dan 900, who's got his 22nd birthday today, so yep, hopefully everybody showed their appreciation for him there. It was Rob Arnold. He wanted to see the 9F with the tsunami of ocean wagons, so we'll definitely do that. Neil Golding, Matt Ovell, Activity Palace, Shining Time 4, Dancing Turtle 96, Bearded Frodo once again, Lampard 2013, Shining Time 4, Gary Johnson, the Duke of Rawsome, Dancing Turtle 96, Connolly 500 the Fox, love having foxes present. The Great Western Railfan, Cooper Green, Bowmaker Fox, the Texas Train Master, Charles Curtis, Spartan A054 Moose, 28 Railway Videography, made a bit less of a hash of it that time, William Town, Martin Earnshaw and Gareth Waite, and I think there was just another one that's come through, wasn't there? Let me refresh this just so that I get it. Yeah, no doubt it's disappeared from the chat already. I think so, yeah. Oh, it was Colin Wykes again. Well, thank you very much, Colin. Yeah. All of your generosity is really, really much appreciated, everyone. So thank you very much for that. Thank you for the support. I'm going to go ahead and get the lines cleared, and we'll set up some more trains to run, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. So go and get yourself some refreshments, get yourself a cup of tea or something nice on this quite hot day. Well, I think it's hot. It's hot up here, but it's always hot up here, more or less. So anyway, with that, I will see you in just a second. All right, cheers, folks. Okay, I think I managed to sort that one out fairly quick. So, well, welcome back. I hope everyone's doing all right. I will do some more shout-outs now then, so if you want one, jump in there in the chat and I'll do my best to get to you. But yeah, so if you've only just joined, welcome, of course. So far, we've unboxed the Oxford wagons, which I've now got down onto the track. You can see 3 of them there. I'll talk more about those in just a second. Let's see, we've got the giveaway, of course, not only the 700 class, but also the Hornby controller, so I'm giving that away today, and of course, anybody can enter for the 700 class. Even if you entered on a previous week, you can still enter again today. So a couple of streams left for that, and of course this one is going to be given away in just a few minutes. So anybody that enters today, I've decided to drop the cat thing. I think we'll just let everyone in, and if you really don't want it, we'll draw a reserve as well. And yeah, make sure that someone that gets it is someone that wants it. I think that's quite important. But yeah, and I'm also giving away, of course, the Transformer, because Hornby won't. So there we go, that's coming with it. You don't have to buy one separately if you get it from me. So, how's everyone doing? Dancing Turtle 96 says, hi Sam, nice to see you, glad I've managed to catch you. Angus's Trains wanted a shout out, there we go, I'm glad I've spotted you as well, because you're asking for one. Hi, says Charlie R, hope you're doing alright. Blimey, Charlie, that's a scary picture there. It looks like a terrifying bear roaring on the front of there. Play Nega Play says, hello Sam, well, hello to you as well. Ollie's Branch Line says, hi, can I have a shout out please, says Awesomeness Matt. Oh, that's a cool name. I wish I was called Awesomeness Sam. Probably wouldn't be true, but it's a cool name nonetheless. Ryan, ooh, Kinarkea, I think it is. Hi Sam, just got into model trains with the Bachman Thomas. Thank you for the inspiration. Oh, that's my pleasure. Really glad to have, well, helped get you into the hobby, I suppose. I'm glad to have helped. Very glad. Reacher Holt says, hi. Charlie R once again. Oh, there we go with his scary bear face. Tracy and Ben Carifa, yep, can you have a shout out? Of course you can. Can you see me, says Mayo Hosco too. Yes, I can see you, I just about spotted you. Oh, apparently it's now 2:39 AM in Australia, says Angus's Trains. Wow, that's dedication, I must say. Charlie R, hi Sam. Oh, there we go again. Charlie R is getting all the shout outs. It's that bear, you see. You need a profile picture that catches the eye, and then you never miss them. Ola says locomotive with an O instead of a naught, or other way around, I guess. Mion, thank you very much for that. Can you run Donald, Douglas and the Caledonian single, pulling Caledonian coaches? What an idea. Well, thank you, Me, for that very generous donation, and yes, I will certainly do that. So with that, shall we do that then? Let's get on to the requests. So we have the double pecket, of course, which was the Bearded Frodo's request, and I'm glad to have seen that. There we go, Mion, thank you very much. That's popped up now. As you can see, I've not coupled the peckets to the ICI wagons yet because I want to show how nice and easily they run once they're together. Unbelievable that. Can't believe how such a good quality wheel set really that's on them and how little friction there is between the axles and the chassis of the wagon. It's just unbelievable, isn't it? And then we have Jake Darling's request. I think that might have been his engineer's request for the Helgen Western and some Maroon Mark 1, so I've done that. And then Lee Kerwin wanted to see the all blue engines, so I picked the A1 for him. It was a toss-up between that and the Merchant Navy, so he got the A1. Quite unusually, I've put some Southern coaches on the back of her. which is more just because I didn't want to keep you all waiting. But yeah, here we go with the wagons. I thought we could do a coupling for them, but as you can see, you really have to be careful nudging them because they just disappear out of shot. In fact, they're going to couple if I'm not careful. Stop. But yeah, so that's a first for me. I've never had wagons that are quite as freewheeling as that. I suppose that's the advantage of buying modern rolling stock and not crusty old rolling stock like I do. Okay, we have a few more this time. So the Ugly Duck Man says, sorry I'm missing the stream, but I'll look at it later. Well, thank you very much for the support anyway, the Ugly Duck Man, and that's absolutely fine. Then we have Jake Gooding. Hey Sam, do you use Snups to catalogue your trains? Yes, I did do for a time. If you might be able to find my account on Snups if you look. And then Jacob Wilson also. Thank you very much, folks. And yeah. Oh, and there's another one. Who was that? Oh, that's probably Jacob, is it? Yeah. I'm very conscious. I don't want to miss anybody out because that wouldn't be fair. So it's a first on the wagons. It's also a first on the two Peckets because as you can see, I've got them coupled together. I've never had two Peckets double head before, so this is going to be quite the first for me. And we'll have to see how well they get on. So they're coupled to the wagons. Bit naughty, of course, because there's no brake band, but I think it's a sufficiently small train for it not to be dangerous, hopefully. And then we have the Western, which of course was a good idea. Looks very good with those maroon coaches. Again, got to watch the body on that. It did come off on me once again. I always forget. I can't seem to help myself. And then the A1 Tornado, which is a gorgeous loco. Not one that I run very often, so it's nice that she's making an appearance. Very nice. So let's see. Oh, just missed Tornado there, disappearing. Yes, I do love the Hornby Tornado. It's one that I've had for quite a long while. I've had it for years and years, but yeah, it's beautiful. I actually think the motor might be on its way out. I've noticed quite a few sparks when I serviced it anyway. I've noticed sparks shooting out from the commutator. But I've not really noticed any problems with the performance yet, so I have got a spare motor for it. In fact, I've got loads. But I thought I would just keep hold of them until it dies or until it stops running properly, because obviously you don't want to be replacing motors unless you really need to. Wow, that Western looks good with maroons, doesn't she? Very nice. Technically speaking, they're LMS coaches, so not quite right, but you can't tell that much, can you? Although I suppose if you're an expert, you'll tell. Right, just a bit concerned because I can't seem to find the Peckets, although did they just disappear out of shot? Hello, forgot to wave today. Yes, I can see them. We've got the Western there then, and then if I change camera in just a sec, where are they? The trouble is that they're running nice and slow together, which isn't a problem. I don't think these locos were designed for speed, were they? That's certainly not true. But there they go. And yes, they are, obviously, because there's two of them, but they are making very short work of those ICI wagons, which is fantastic. Very, very nice. I keep wanting to say ICI hopper wagons, because of course they're the other Oxford ICI wagons that I've owned, but no, they're certainly not those. Thanks for running the schools class. It's a beautiful loco. Yeah, my pleasure, Mute, and I hope everything is going well with your recovery as well. Hope it's doing well. Carver Lion Blue, I guess, says chill. Hope you don't mean me. I'm reasonably chill, I hope. I saw 35018 British India line the other day, says Adam Rushton. That's feel very lucky. Slightly envious of that. That must have been quite a thing to see. But yeah, hope you had a good day wherever that was. Now, when does S&DJR 7F88 show up, says Mark. It's almost an introduction. I'm expecting him to pop up any time. You didn't stream on my birthday. It was June 28th. Oh, well, I'm sorry about that, Mangle. I hope you had a very, very lovely birthday, though. And if you got anything special, particularly train-related, do let me know. I'd love to see that. Both Jameses pulling 10 coaches, says Aaron. That's a very good idea. If you'd like to submit a request for that, I can certainly do that. I don't know how the two Jameses would react to me putting them together like that, but I suppose there's one way to find out. Barry Moon says, hello, Sam'sTrains. Can I get a shout out, please? Thanks. Yes, you certainly can. Not a problem at all. And with that, I think what we'll do is we will set up, well, I'll let you watch these continue to run, because it seems silly for me to stop them and then make you all sit and wait while I write down the next request. So I'm not going to do that. So enjoy the split screen, and I'm just going to make sure I get the next lot so I don't miss anybody. Oh, folks, this next one, you're going to like this one, or maybe you're not. Maybe you're not. It's a question. Right, it's Jack Clark. Ooh, and who was that? That was Jake Gooding. Thank you very, very much, Jake. I appreciate your support as always, and I will enter you for the various competitions, as I will with everybody. Anyway, so it was Jack Clark who wanted to see the Helgen Tango. Right, very quickly, folks, in the chat, what would you say is my worst rolling stock? Because that's what Jack's asked for. He's asked to see the Helgen Tango with my least favourite rolling stock, which I guess is my worst, banked by the DJM J94. Cool. So, I don't know if I don't really particularly detest any of my rolling stock, to be honest. So somebody suggest some, and I will I will pick the one that I think's the worst. But like I say, I can't really think of any rolling stock that I really don't like. I can think of some that derails a lot, but I don't really want to do that because it's not nice for streams. Okay, William Town wanted to see the 14XX with one four-wheel coach. I'm writing this down carefully because I don't want to get this wrong. A box wagon, not a wagon. Nearly said that in a German accent for some reason. That's a bit frightening. Right, so I've got that right. A box wagon and an open wagon. Oh, we can keep one of the Oxford ones out, can't we? And then a Toad. Yes, I certainly can. And then it was Jason Biggs who wanted to see the 700 class with a Dean Goods. Oh yes. Never put those together, I don't think, before. And coaches. And I've got Southern coaches ready already. So that's cool. Right. Only thing left to do then is have a look. Ocean Wagon says mute. Oh, I couldn't say the Ocean Wagons are my least favourite. I think that would make me mentally insane, wouldn't it? Given how many of them I've bought. Oh, I hate these Ocean Wagons. Let's buy millions of them. Any with the old style wheels. Oh, that's true, Lewis. Yes, that's true. But most of them I've put away. Or have I? Yeah, there might be some, but I don't want to say that the Triang coaches and wagons are nasty. They're not nasty, they've just got old-fashioned rolling stock. But we will see. Oh, Ace, Ing Wheeler, thank you very much for that. And he says, hey Sam, I love the videos. Well, that's lovely to hear. Thank you very much. I'm glad you like them. That's very kind of you. Right, let's see. They have plastic wheels. Yeah, that's true, Mute. Yeah, but although some of them don't, some of them do have metal wheels. Okay, well, I'll pick some of the, oh, I know what are the worst. I know, folks, I know. Of course, it's the build your own model railway village or whatever it is. They're awful. They fall to bits on you. Mind you, two of them have got solar panels stuck on the top, which I suppose adds to their crassness. That makes them even worse, doesn't it? So, that's the question. Shall I try and get some solar panelled coaches running? I don't know how that's going to work. In fact, if I unplug them, it should work fine. Right. Those packets, by the way, run so beautifully. You'll notice how nicely they've just gone along together. Goodness me, I love those. Right. Cool. So that's where we'll set up. I think it was William Town's suggestion, because he wanted one open wagon. So we're sort of there already with that. Oops, look at it go. I'm not kidding, am I? Blimey. I don't even think I gave it a nudge that time. Yeah, amazing stuff. Right, oh, you'll be impressed with me there. I actually held the Western properly so its body didn't come off. That's a good thing. Right, get these coaches off. I hope I don't need these. I might have just made a mess up if so. Right. Okay, cool. Right, well, since we've got one wagon towards the first request sorted, we will start with that one. So, we want the 14XX, and I'm going to pick the slightly older Hornby 14XX because, believe it or not, its traction tyre actually touches the track. And that helps, actually, when you want to pull, well, anything other than just the loco. And thank you, Bullman, thanks for letting me know about that one. Oh, that was Lakota Theroff, good old faithful Lakota. Thank you very much for that. Tried sending $5 even, but we'll only allow $4.99. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Hope that's enough. What was that? It's disappeared. Oh, hope that was enough to enter. Yes, of course. Hoping for the 700 class. Run an air-smoothed engine. Oh, that's a good idea, Lakota. Yes, I'll certainly have to do that. And Rasputin Games. What could Rasputin Games mean? I certainly wouldn't want to play games with that chap. Can you run a double header? Yes, I certainly can. Thank you very much for the super chat. And yeah, I will try and run a double header. Folks, get your suggestions in for what that double header might involve. And I'm sorry I had the wrong camera on, so you all missed all of that, but hopefully you're all right. Right, so we've got the wagon, obviously. We just want the four-wheel coach, which I think, yeah, I think William likes to suggest those. I'm sure he's asked for those before. But I'm glad. I appreciate him doing that because they are lovely, of course, and I don't run them very often. So yes, it's nice to have an opportunity to do that. So I think that was it. We've got those two. We just need the toad, and then that should be it. Now I don't know whether he wanted them in a specific order or not, but I suppose just so I'm doing his request absolutely right, I'd better get them in the order he suggested them in. So obviously the 14XX is going to go at the front, although I suppose not obviously, because it could run at the back or even in the middle of the train. It's not unknown for the 14XX. But then the four-wheeled coach, and that's what that looks like if you're interested. Watch as Sam puts it on the track and derails it immediately. No, that's all right. And then it was the box van, and I've picked this sort of unlettered one, which looks a bit Great Western-y, doesn't it, in that grey. Then, of course, the open wagon. Oh, this is a lovely little train, and I've actually gone for toad for you. Hopefully that's not too sacrilegious, hopefully not. And then we have, oh yes, Jack Clark's idea. Now, I'm going to get the Helgen Tango running then. Now, the engineers might know something. I don't want any of them to say, by the way, keep your promise, engineers, of silence. But this Helgen Tango has been through quite an ordeal in one of my experimental videos. So just bear that in mind when we see this thing run. Let's get the tornado out of the way so we can sort this out. Yeah, I don't know whether it is going to work properly actually. I don't know if I've tried it since its ordeal, but yes, that might be a problem, folks. I will have to see. I can't tell you what the ordeal was, obviously, because that would spoil the surprise. But we will try. So this is going to be, I think, the worst train imaginable. What I consider to be the worst locos and the worst coaches. Patrick Ling, thank you very, very much. He says, "Hi Sam, keep up the great work." Well, thank you very much. I don't know that I would call it great work myself, but I appreciate the support. I really do. Thank you, thank you. So the worst engine at the front, the worst coaches at the back. Not the worst value coaches. I think the magazine that they came with only cost a £5, didn't it? So they were cheap, I'll give them that. But yeah, they're not very good. And I've heard people say that the wheel sets come apart on them as well, which hasn't happened to mine yet, but I'm sure it probably will. And then the coaches from the Solar Express, which, thinking about it, are probably going to derail, probably, but we'll see. In fact, that's if I can get them on the track at all. Let's see. Oops, I reckon I've derailed that four-wheeled coach. No, I haven't. Okay, that's good. Right, that's that. Have these all got couplings on them? No, the back one doesn't. So we can only have one solar panelled coach, because of course we do need a banker at the back. Right, there we go. So the solar panels are not going to be doing anything. They're not connected to any locos this time, obviously. But if I plug them in, I'm sure they would work. But the problem is the LEDs up in this loft are not very, well, they are bright, obviously, but they're not like the sun, so they don't produce enough light to actually run the 040, but I did try it. And then the DJM J94 at the back, there we go, which is facing the wrong way as well. And then finally, it was Jason's idea to have the 700 class and the Dean Goods. Ooh, look at that. Did you see how close that solar panel is to smacking the roof of that coach? Yeah, that's going to be a problem, isn't it? We're going to have to watch that on Gordon's Hill. That's going to whack something, isn't it, on the way down? Ooh, I didn't think about that. Maybe this request will turn into the worst train I've ever tried to run. Maybe it ain't going to work right. But we will see. We'll see. It'll all be good fun as long as it doesn't completely destroy the layout. I think we'll be okay. Thank you very, very much, whoever that was. I can't see the screen right now, but I will come and have a look in just a second. In fact, I'm looking in the wrong place. That was Me-Un. What's your favourite model railway controller? Right, that's a difficult question. Well, the favourite of the ones I own would have to be the Hornby HM2000 for obvious reasons. But from what I've heard, the best ones are the Gagemaster controllers. But I can't really comment on that because I don't own one. But yeah, so it's a toss-up between the Gagemaster and the HM2000. I suspect the Gagemaster ones are probably better, but I can't say so for sure because, like I say, I've not actually owned and tested one. Right, so I've just grabbed the Dean Goods, and I've noticed that she hasn't got a front coupling, so I'm having to just fish through my parts box so that I can hopefully try and find one. Yes, I have found one. Have I? Oh, this might be difficult. Yep, I've got one. Okay. Right, let's see if we can do this then. So I think we're going to want the 700 class at the front because that's a lot faster than the Dean Goods. So there's the Dean Goods, put that down carefully. I've got to first of all plug the coupling into the NEM pocket, which has gone in successfully. And then of course plug the NEM pocket into the front of the loco, which might be less successful. Oh, thank you, Bullman. I don't know why I keep thanking Bullman, but thank you whoever that was. Right, I'm going to try and get the pocket in first, because unfortunately this hasn't got a pocket on the front. Oh, there, that was easier. There we go. Right. Well, this must mean then that I've never done a double header with the Dean Goods before, because I'm pretty sure I've never fitted a front coupling to her. But I have now, so this could well be another first. We're having quite a few firsts today. So that's cool. Schools class ready. Yep, that's all good, and we just need the Drummond 700 class then. Here he is. And this one hasn't got a front coupling either, which is why I had to go through the faff of fitting one, of course. Cool. Right. Here we go. So this is going to be interesting. Not only has the Dean Goods never double-headed before, but I've certainly never. I don't remember ever doing one with the Dean Goods with the Drummond 700 class either. So this is the same engine, by the way, as the one I'm giving away. Or not the same one, I'm not giving mine away, but yeah, it's the same model, obviously. Oh, I thought it wasn't going to start then, but suddenly it did. Right. Oh, there's a few more engines to start yet, Sam. Don't walk away just yet, honestly. What am I like? Right, let's see if this works then. Please don't derail the solar panels, please. Oh dear. Oh, I'll tell you what, the Belgian Tango was working. It's quite impressive. And then the 14XX, there we go. Right, let's watch these go then, and I will get caught up on the very generous donations. Well, there goes the Dean Goods. Hopefully my coupling will stay on. Let's see if it does. Right, Rasputin Games, yes, new member. Yes, thank you very much for joining. Hope you enjoy it. Did I see Laserjet? Yes, I did. Maybe one day I'll see if Sam wants to do another collab video. Lol. Yes, absolutely. Oh, Mark's deleted it. Okay, fair enough. Well, I saw it just in time. Yes, of course. That would be very nice. Very nice. We'll have to work something out. Oh, see you, Laser. He's had to go. Joe, the Super Pro Gamer, thank you very much for that. I'm just going to put this camera on because I can hear the solar panels clanking against things as they go. Rasputin Games used the horrible emoji of me. Right, Gordon's Hill, that's what we've got to watch, folks. And I'm just going to refresh and make sure I didn't miss anybody else, because I'm sure there were more than that. So keep an eye on those panels for me, I can't see while I'm checking this. So it was, whoa, that didn't sound good. Are we good? Yeah, we're okay, I think. Right, so it was Patrick Ling, keep up the great work. Yes, I did see those then. It was Miun and Joe the Super Pro Gamer. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. So thank you, folks. Thank you very much for those. Appreciate it. And it seems to have worked. This is such a ridiculous situation. To anyone that's not seen the solar panel video, that must be a very odd thing to witness. Yes, it must. Oh, well, I've just missed that engine again. Whoops. Right, what else have we got? Oh, here we go. We've got the 14XX train. Thank you very much, William, for that one. Very, very nice. Looks great, that. I absolutely love that. That's sort of Titfield Thunderbolt-esque, isn't it? Very lovely. There we go. And let's see if we can catch the double header. And yes, I know someone did request a double header, but it was a proper request, so I'll do that separately in just a second. So that's cool. Right, let's have one more look at the Drummond and the Dean Goods double header. There we go. Wow, they actually look great together. I can't imagine them ever double heading together in real life, particularly. Probably didn't happen. I'm going to say probably, though, because stranger things have happened, but not that I know of. Not that I know of, and look at that solar train, blimey. Well, I must say, for such bad engines, or what I consider bad engines, they are working well, I must say. They are working well. Nice. Right, well, we'll stop the 060s, because they are slow coaches, or slow locos, to be technical. There we are, 14XX, once again, can you believe, you know, I've complained a lot about the 14XX, well, more the modern Hornby Railroad version, but I have to say it's been perfectly reliable, hasn't it? The last few times I've run it, it's just gone along so perfectly. It's not got that many pickups, but it never seems to cut out. It's just a really good run at that one. I love it. Please let it cause a crash, says Harry Studio Productions. No, you don't wish for that. You're wishing for the wrong thing there. No, we don't want crashes. Not on stream. It makes me nervous. Yes, pannier please, Sam, says Bowmaker Fox. I would love to run a pannier, yeah. It's not been a while. Must say there's a little drag on the J94. Yeah, is it being pulled along? Well, it will. It's quite a slow run of that one. And the Tango isn't particularly slow, so I bet that's being dragged along a little bit. But it deserves to suffer, doesn't it? In fact, if I had my way, I'd make it suffer a lot more than it is doing now. Ooh, that was nasty, wasn't it? But yeah, look at this. Even when you lift up the Tango, look, this front handrail shoots out and you have to put it back in. And it's super sharp as well, so it'll stab your finger and make you bleed if you're not careful. Yeah, not a fan, not a fan. And you will see just how little a fan I am of that in a few weeks when the bizarre video comes out. But yeah, safe to say the Helgen Tango is not a fan of me anymore, that's for sure. Okay, so let's have a go then. Well, let's do some Wall of Fame stuff. I've not got a huge number of them this time. Well, actually, there's quite a few. So obviously, if you want to send anything in for the Wall of Fame like this, just email your photos, drawings, anything like that, and I will print them off and show them in a stream and put them up on the wall ultimately. So here we have one from Philip. I don't know if this was Philip Jackson or not. I've just put Philip J just to protect everyone's identity. Thank you, Mion. Can you get a Gauge Master Control sometime? Yes, I certainly will. Certainly will try one at some point. So Philip, thank you very much for that. Let's put that to one side. Zach plays Fortnite. I don't know. Sorry, I keep itching my nose. That must be weird. Hay fever, I think. Yeah, hay fever's not been too bad this year, but I suppose it's got to come eventually. And there we go. There's me popping up. Not me, obviously. His name's me. So Zach plays Fortnite. That looks like the beginning of a fantastic layout. It looks like there are multiple Thomases on there. I don't know if that's true or if it's just a similar looking engine, but we've got Thomas there and a Thomas up there. So Thomasception going on there. But I suppose, in a way, that will give one Thomas a break while the other one goes on. I suppose that way he'll stop making so many silly mistakes that the engines of Sodor often do. Speaking of Sodor, Sean, there we go. I love that one. We've got, what's this bus's name? Is it Bertie? Might be wrong about that, but either way, that's certainly Oliver, isn't it? Looking quite upset, actually, is Oliver there. But hopefully him and Bertie, if that is called Bertie, haven't had too much of a falling out. And we've actually got quite a few Thomas-themed ones. Here's one from Westinghouse. Notice anything strange about that? Looks like Thomas, but there's something missing, and something added, in fact. So he's got no face, and instead he's got a smoke box door. So that's very strange. Never seen that done before. It looks quite cool, though. And the E2 does look quite nice in blue, I must say. Here we have one. Ooh, this is from Eureka Dude. There we are. Sam as a train. I'll have to show this up close. I don't think I've ever been drawn as a train before. I certainly don't remember. So there we go. I look quite distressed, I must say. I don't know whether that's intentional. But hopefully I wouldn't be a really angry train if I became one. Although, maybe I would. I don't know. So, Eureka Dude. And he also sent in another drawing. I've not done a very good job of printing this one, actually. But hopefully you can see what's going on there. There is... Looks like somebody's slammed their hand onto the controller in the centre there, and then we've got a train speeding along underneath. If that's what's going on, then cool. But Eureka Dude, thank you very much for those, dude. They look very, very good. And as always, well, as is always the case with people that draw things and send them to me, you're a lot better at drawing than I am, which is not always a compliment, but it's always true, that's for sure. And then Hardy Hat Grandmother, which is a beautifully odd name, has sent in this. I think this is actually his grandmother. That might be it, yeah. His grandmother's photo of an engine in times gone by. So there we go. So thank you all for those. I've also got some mail to open as well. Here it is, sent into the PO box. So thank you all for these. Obviously, if you want to send in your own letters or drawings and you want them to come in person, then we have my PO box, there we go, which you can send to. And, oh, Mion, thank you once again. Blimey, me's being generous today. It's Bertie the bus. Is that what I said? I can't remember whether that's what I said or not, but yes, thank you for confirming. So here's one anyway, and it was sealed with silver foil, which is quite ingenious. I've never known that done before, but that's cool, that's cool. So I think, was there anything else in there? Yeah, no, I was just checking I've not left a drawing inside there. So here we go. This is very nicely written. He says, "To Sam, my favourite YouTuber," in brackets. Oh, blimey. You know, that's crazy to think that some people would pick me as their favourite YouTuber. That's crazy to me, but I appreciate it, obviously. First of all, I'm a very big fan. I've been watching your vids for at least 3 or 2 years. It's quite a while. In 2018, I sent you an email saying if you could recreate The Great Gathering, but you didn't have enough A4s, but that's okay. Yeah, I still don't know if I could, even with the A4s I've got now. Since then, he's built his own layout. It's based on a diesel depot, and it's called Woodgate Depot. It's filled with scenery and detail. Wow, that sounds fantastic. You'll have to send me a photo. I'll have to check that out. My favourite loco is the Q1 though. Interesting. So your layout is a diesel depot, but your favourite loco is a Q1. And you've seen it at the York Museum. Yes, of course. Yeah, so have I. It's fantastic. I nearly saw you at the GCR model event as I live in Birstall. I think that's right. The railway is not far. At the end of the road is a bridge. I like to hear the 9F whistle as it zooms by. Would that be the 9F that I drove on my birthday? Have I ever mentioned that one before? Probably. From a big fan, Isaac, and I won't read your last name just in case you don't want that reading out on stream. And he says, I hope you like the drawings, and I'll try and show the drawings if I can cover up his name. I'm sure he doesn't mind his name being on there, given that he's... There we are. Very, very good drawings too. I love that one. That one at the bottom almost looks like the GT3 gas turbine, doesn't it? But yes, thank you for that, and that's very, very cool. Thank you. And I will treasure it, as I always do. I'll keep these letters and things. Okay, quite a big one here. There we are. Won't show too much. Oh no, he's not put his address on there anyway, so it doesn't matter if I do. So I think I recognise the type of packaging. Oh yes, indeed I do. So this is another one from Richard Grigg. Thank you very much, Richard. Oh, letter number 3. I didn't realise it had been 3, but I do remember them before. Okay, so let's see what Richard has to say, shall we? This time I'm sending you a collection of photos taken at the Gloucestershire-Warwickshire Railway during their Cotswold Festival of Steam Gala event. The rain was on and off all day. Oh, that's a pain. It's always like that, isn't it, when you have a special day? But everyone had a great time, which included having a go on the pump trolley, and I've got some pictures here, so maybe we'll be seeing that, riding on a vintage track inspection car, and travelling on the narrow gauge railway. What a wonderful... Yeah, that sounds fantastic. And also, best of all, driving a steam engine, the Great Western 42XX number 4270. I believe I know the one. I think I've looked that one up before. The day was finished off with a few of us watching your live stream on the road trip back home. Wow, blimey. Blimey, yes. Well, I apologise for the poor entertainment then, in that case. On a completely different subject, have you ever thought of doing a modelling competition through your PO box where participants send their creations to you? I've never thought of that. That does sound very good though. The only thing is I've never really liked the idea of people sending anything of value to the PO box. You know, I don't really want to be taking people's hard work or even expensive models off them in that way. But yeah, that would be good. That would be good. Again, it's just, yeah, I don't want to take that risk with people's precious models and things, as I've always said. But yeah, that would be good. That would be good. No doubt that's just been suggested to you countless times before in the past, but it would be an idea worth pursuing. Yes, I agree. And you'll see me in letter number 4. Very nice. And oh yes, he wants a shout out to Mike Sarsfield and Guion Rhys Davis. So hopefully I said those names correctly. And with that, let's take a look at some of these pictures. I think actually, let's get this out of the way. I think they're going to be too big to show on the close-up cam, but that looks superb. If anyone knows the class name of that, do let me know. But that's quite obviously in a Caledonian livery, and it looks like a... Yeah, it was an 044, it looks like. Yeah, like the M7 and the H-Class. Very, very gorgeous. I love that one. One that I do recognise a bit more, we have one of the Bullied Pacifics there. Oh yes, you can't go wrong with that, can you? Fantastic. Then we have a Manor, looks like, 7820, I believe that's a Manor. There we go, lovely BR Black, one of my favourite Manor class liveries. Not one that I own in model form though. And then 4270, that's the engine he drove then, I believe, if I remember correctly. Yep, I think so. Very, very nice. Fantastic pictures, by the way, and Richard, I do appreciate you yeah, taking all the time and expense to print these off so that I can see them. But I will definitely go through these and spend a lot longer looking at them than I am doing now. That's for sure. 2800. Wow, they tell you what, they have got some amazing engines there, haven't they? Absolutely amazing. 2800 class. That is one that I'm familiar with, of course. And then this looks like I've taken a photo of it on my layout. It's the sort of same height I normally photograph from. A King class. Very, very lovely. And then we have the Cathedrals Express, which looks like a whole class. Absolutely fantastic. So thank you for those, Richard. I will definitely spend some time looking through those. In fact, I'm going to move them out the way so that I don't stand on them, because I don't want to ruin them. And then finally, make sure we haven't got an address on there. No, Sam'sTrains. There we go, another big one. Let's find out who this one's from. It looks like it's from England anyway, although I have had some from abroad. Okay, cool. So this is from Ethan. Dear Sam'sTrains, I enjoy your videos, especially the ones about Thomas and friends. Perhaps in the future, maybe you could review the Hogwarts Express train, please. I actually have. If you check out my backlog of videos, you should be able to find that on there. Keep up the good work, and I hope you have a great summer. Yours sincerely, Ethan Dolan. P.S. Here is a drawing I thought you would like, and I will show that too. And I do like it. It looks very cool. Only it's got the ST, which I guess stands for Sam'sTrains, so that's fantastic. And I guess that's not the drawing he meant though, because we've got this one here, which is so cool actually. Look at that. There's me sitting with all my trains, having a splendid time it looks like. I can see some characters from Thomas and Friends there as well. So that's wonderful. Cool. And I can see Toby and Sir Topham Hatt saying Sam is awesome. Wow, that's brill. Well, thank you, Ethan. I do appreciate that. You're very, very kind. And thank you, all of you, for taking the time to write in. I appreciate it. So if you want to have your letter or drawing shown on stream, there is the address. One thing, just make absolutely sure that you do get the address exactly as it's written there, because there are quite a few people that have said, have you got my letter? And I have to tell them, actually no, I don't know. I don't know what you mean. I haven't had a letter from you. So yeah, if you want to make sure it gets to me, make sure you use the correct address. I think there was one of that lot that did have the wrong address, but luckily it got delivered anyway. But a lesser postman might not have managed to do that. So, yeah, just make sure you get an adult to help you, I guess, and also make sure the correct number of stamps is on there too, because I have had a couple of occasions where I have to pay extra to get it delivered. It's not a problem, of course. I don't mind having to pay a bit extra for you, but I would be gutted for you if a letter didn't get through and I missed it. So, yeah, just be extra specially careful. So there we go. That's that. Cool. So normally during these streams I do a wish.com item. Last time it was the trees, which you might see over there. I have ordered some more stuff from wish.com, but possibly because it's not been that long since the last stream, it hasn't arrived yet. So I have got some more stuff on the way. We might just have to do double next time. So with that, I'm going to take some of these engines off. I've managed to park them more or less completely out of shot there, haven't I? Which is a bit stupid of me, but not to worry. So let's get this back, all right, and I will write down the next lot of requests. And I'm amazed today by how many supporters I've actually had for this. This is getting pretty bonkers. Okay, so let's do this. We'll do one more round of requests, and then we'll draw the winner for the controller, the booby prize. And yep, whoever gets it, you'll have to let me know what you want to do with it, whether or not you're going to destroy it or keep it and use it. Either way, it's absolutely fine by me, of course. Not that I would desperately want to see one destroyed, but yeah, maybe I would. Maybe I would. It's up to you. So, Rob Arnold, that's the first one. The 9F with the ocean wagons. I'll try and do a tsunami if I can, but I don't have an awful lot of time to spend getting all of them out, but I'll try and do as many as I can. Matovel, a maroon diesel. Yep, that'll have to be a warship because sadly I don't have a class 52 in maroon, but that's okay. And then the maroon coaches, yeah, that's fine, I can certainly do that. And let's see, who else, just saying hi. Let's have a look. Cooper Green, I think that, oh yes, Cooper Green. Thank you very much. You only had to send a £5 to get your request, but yeah, 20 Australian dollars. Thank you very much for that. Right, so a triple header this time. So we've got the 2 Peckets, and that's handy because they're already out. And the Andrew Barclay, a triple threat that time. Fantastic. Mixed coaches, maroon and blood and custard. Yes, I can certainly do that for you. Right, let's do that then. Let's go down to the front and sort that out. So, yes, it's a bit of a pain because I've already taken the Peckets off, isn't it? But that's okay, that's okay. What did you want to see with those? I've forgotten already. Oh yes, that was the one with the coaches. All right, very good. So these can come off then. There we are. I'll put those to one side. And let's do this, shall we? Make sure the 14XX doesn't get hurt. Right, the 2 packets then, there we go. I'll bung those on first. Let's have them go in the opposite direction this time, shall we? Just to prove they can. So there we are. Very nice. And in fact, oh, who was that? Let's go and double check. That was Rasputin Games. Oh wow, thank you very much. Thank you for letting me watch your videos for a year now, but what was that? But I'm going to get going and do a USA train run. Sounds fantastic. Well, enjoy yourself, and thank you very much for all the much appreciated support. Yeah, that is crazy. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, it's slightly, I feel as though I can't say enough to thank you all, to be honest, because it's, yeah, a lot more than normal. So yeah, thank you. That's all I can keep saying. I know it sounds like a broken record, but truly, yeah, thanks. Cool. So I've already got the maroon coaches out, of course, so I'm just going to head over to my shelves, if I can, very carefully, not to stand on Richard's pictures and other things that are in the way. So I'll grab a couple of these blood and custards and I can mix those in with the 040s. First of all though, let's see if there's enough power to actually get the 040s running together. This is not something you could do with the new Hornby controller. I think it would explode in a massive smoke and flames if I tried to run 3 engines on it, because I think it only has a 150 milliamp output, which is barely enough to run 1 Triang loco. Although, or was that the accessories output? Maybe it was, I don't know. Either way, there wasn't much power coming out of it because the power supply is 19 volt at 150 milliamps, so yeah. This is slowly turning into another rant about the controller I'm trying to give away. I apologise in advance to anyone that wins it, but no, as I say, I'm sure there are some that might appreciate it. They might. Right, 9F. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but on my birthday once, I actually drove a 9F. Some of you might be massively surprised to hear, so I might get that one and run it, just yeah, for old time's sake. Because not many of them, well, both of my BR Black 9Fs are DCC fitted, so they're no good, because I haven't got my DCC controller plugged in. So I'm going to move you to there. I'm going to grab the 9F, which I may or may not have mentioned before because of the time I drove it, but I'm going to grab that one now. Here it is. Okay. And what line do we want this one on? We want this on the middle line. So there it is. And I'm doing it over here because it's near where the ocean wagons are, which hopefully is a fairly smart way of doing it. So let's go to my ocean wagon cupboard, or drawer, and let's pop a few of these out then. Right, how many shall we say? Let's do, I think 12 would constitute a tsunami, I hope. So that's 2, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. Yes, I haven't gone crazy. I realise I have to put them on the track a bit better than that. Although I suppose I could try. But yeah, I think it would go wrong if I did. Right. So let's just be a bit naughty and push the engine ahead a little way. There we are. Get the rest of the brakes. No, not the brakes. I'm thinking about whether I need a brake. Probably should in real life, but that wasn't part of the request, so I'm going to just leave it as ocean wagons and save myself 30 seconds or so. There we are. And I noticed the tender wasn't on properly. I bet there will be folks in the chat telling me that. Oh, thank you very much, whoever that was. Let's have a look. Oh, Meon once again, blimey. Can you get a Bachman Henry and a Bachman Percy from Tootley Thomas? Well, since you asked so nicely, I will try. And thank you once again for the support. Yeah, you're mad, but thank you very much for all the donations. It's very, very kind of you. And then finally, of course, we want Matt Ovell and his warship. So let's get these out of the way. In fact, we need the coaches off as well, because we want maroon coaches. Okay, goodbye, Southern coaches. Goodbye. There we are. Oh, I tell you what, there's not many maroon coaches left, but we'll pick one up. Here we are. There we are. It's going to have to be a 3-coach job, I'm afraid, because I don't dare put the solar panel job back on. I think I'd live to regret that, wouldn't I? So that's that. And then, yeah, shall we have them all go in the same direction this time? I think that would be quite nice. So I've got to find the warship. That's going to be fun. Oh no, I've got it straight away. Hey, Sam knows where one of his engines is. Call the newspapers. here we go. Right, and I'll tell you what, I've not let you see any of that, have I? There we go. So I've just set up 3 coaches, that's all I've done. Sorry about that. That's the second time I've done that today, actually. I've not got my head screwed on, I don't think. Right, go on then, Warship. There we go. Oh yes, and the 9F is going in the different direction, isn't it? So that's fine. Very nice. Right, well I hope that 9F can manage those 12 ocean wagons. I thought the 9F was super powerful, but obviously that strength test I did proved that it wasn't really that mighty. Oh Mallard, says King Gory. What about Mallard? There we go. Nice, nice. I think that I'd consider that a tsunami. I don't know. Would you? Quite possibly. Right. So let's do the draw for the controller then. No more entries. So I'm going to count how many entries we've got, and then I'm going to pick a number. In fact, one of you guys can pick a number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, there's a lot. 18, 19. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44 and 45. So if somebody who is an engineer or a mod who hasn't sent a super chat today, crucially, pick a number between 1 and, was it 45 or 46? And that will be the winner. And we will find out who it is. So I think that's quite a fair way to do it, but I'm not gonna, if somebody suggests a number who I know is entered, I won't have to pick it. Just, I know you probably wouldn't be intentionally unfair, but I think it would be unfair of me to choose that number if it's someone who is actually entered. But let's have a look, see if I can see. Right, we have James Carruthers has picked number 13. Unlucky for some, but not unlucky today. So let's have a look, shall we? Let me scroll back down to the bottom. I'm going to have to do some more annoying counting, I'm afraid, so I can find out who it is. First one today, June. No, it's not June. It's July. Right, here we go then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It is Shining Time 4. Who said J13 with brake vans was the last one. So Shining Time 4, drop me an email and well, let me have your address and I will send you your booby prize rather, losing the will to speak, or the ability, not the will, and I'll send you this and the power supply. And if you don't want it, let me know and I will pick somebody else if you don't. But thank you everyone for the support, and yeah, Shining Time 4, let me know if you want to claim the prize, and I will get it sent to you in due course. Congratulations, congratulations, or commiserations, depending on what your opinions of the new Hornby controllers are. But as I say, yeah, it is brand new. It's only been used for that brief video that I tested it in. Cool. So I think we have time for one more round of requests, if there are some. I think there are. Yeah, I think there's some more. And if there are folks that I haven't got round to today, obviously, don't be disheartened. They won't be forgotten about. I don't just write them off if I don't get time. First thing next stream will be to get to them and show them. So yes, I apologise that you'll have to wait, but the next stream's not far away. It's only in a couple of weeks, so I will get to it, and you get your special mention first of all, when most people are watching. So, yep, that'll be all we've got time for. But yeah, nobody gets left behind. I do every single one I get. So we're just waiting for the 040 train, which has done a really good job. That has been fantastic. That has worked perfectly, hasn't it? So brilliant. And thank you very much, folks, for those requests. Rob Arnold, Matt Ovell, and Cooper Green. Thank you very much for those. And we have UniKitKat as well. Oh, UniKitKat, thank you very much. That was very kind of you. Drop me an email if you want a request for that lot. That's very kind. Thank you. Right, last lot then. Oops, I've just opened my emails, didn't want to do that. Right, let's have a quick look then. Where was the last one? Did I not do Shining Time 13s? I'm not sure. Oh well, yeah, I've been thorough, so I'm just making sure I'm getting everybody. Right, so what was the last one? Where are we? Yes, it was Cooper Green. I think I've done that one. a day to push that new wagon down the hill. Yes, we did that, definitely did that. That was a lot of fun. Right, so it was Gareth Waite. So I put Gareth W. He wanted to see the P-Class. Oh, and the wagons, yes, okay. Yes, I see. He was saying that the wagons were great, so yes, I can do that. Me wanted to see Donald and Douglas with the Caledonian single. Of course, they are all Caledonian locos, so that's a very, very, very good idea. Certainly do that. And then, there we go, Lakota Theroff. Wanted to see Air Smoothed. Yes, I can do that. I do love my Air Smooth engines. As I say, it might be true that the, it might be true that the Bullied Pacifics are my, not my favourites anymore, and the C1 might have overtaken them, but obviously I'm still very, very fond of the Air Smooth engines, so yes, that's definitely something I am going to be happy to run. So let's go ahead and do that then as some last ones. I apologise that we're going on quite a bit today, hopefully nobody minds too much. Right, so we want the P-Class. Oh yes, I like the P-Class. I tell you what, we'll go with the, I don't know if Gareth specified the livery, because obviously I've got the SECR grey and the SECR green, but I think my favourite's the SECR green, so I'll pick that one, I reckon, for this brief request. And obviously we need the star of the shows back, and that of course are the, well, those are the ICI hopper, not hoppers, oh, I want to say hoppers. I'm so used to talking about the ICI hopper wagons. No, of course they are the salt wagons. Which incidentally I don't think I've ever owned before. I don't think I've owned any wagons designed for salt in the past, which is quite something, I think. So there we go. I don't know where I've done with the third one actually. I can only see two. That's brilliant, isn't it? I've unboxed one and lost it almost straight away. Yeah, that's crazy. What have I, oh no, there it is. Right, let's see if the P-Class is willing to wake up for us today. Oh yes, yeah, never a problem with those. Next up, it was Donald and Douglas with the Caledonian single wheeler and the Caledonian coaches. Cool, we'll do that on this line then. And then, yep, the Air Smooth engine can take the ocean wagons, which is cool. So let's do that. First of all, I need to find Donald and Douglas. I think those are going to be the only Thomas and Friends characters that are going to run today, which is quite cool. Yes, they have been requested before, but they don't get requested very often. I think the last one, yeah, I think the last stream that they featured in would have been where they were hauling that snowplow, wasn't it? So I always get the numbers mixed up with this. I think Donald is 9 and Douglas is 10, isn't he? I hope that's right. If not, I reckon everyone will be shouting in the chat at this moment. So, yeah, I'm sure I'll find out if that's incorrect. So we've got that. And then, of course, probably one of the few other engines I own from the Caledonian. It is, of course, the single wheeler. So it's very, very, very fitting that she should run with Donald and Douglas. Don't know how Donald and Douglas are going to take to it, because they've certainly probably never even seen this engine before. But it's going to be interesting for them. Right. Well, we'll put the Caledonian at the front, because she is by far the fastest, and we don't want Donald and Douglas having to be dragged. No, what am I saying here? Yeah, we don't want Donald and Douglas getting rammed from behind, because that sounds pretty impolite if you ask me. There we are. Well, it looks like that's going to work, doesn't it? So all I need now is some Caledonian coaches. I should be able to grab a handful or two of those. There we go. What do you reckon? Well, it'll have to be 3, because I've only got 3 out, so that's all right. And I certainly don't get very many requests for Caledonian coaches. I can't remember ever having one, actually. There might have been one, possibly one once, but I think that was all. Certainly not a recurring request, that's for sure. Okay, there we go. And hopefully that will work right. Hopefully it will. And then for Lakota, I think it was something air smoothed. And of course the 9F isn't air smooth, so she's going to have to come right off. There we go. And yeah, mind you, I say air smoothed. I suppose technically speaking, the P2 is air smoothed, or would we rather say that was semi-streamlined? Possibly we would, but no. Something that is certainly air smooth is of course the Bullied Pacific. So I've gone for West Country class here, Camelford. Here she goes. Put that down. Hopefully that's on properly. Yeah, it's always a bit awkward because you've got these Caledonian coaches here which are in the way. Right, well, if it derails straight away on the points, we'll know that there's a problem with that. But let's get those going. Oh, the triple header is a bit worrying. The current draw might be quite high on that because those Triang engines are quite thirsty for power. Oh wow, it looks great though. Donald and Douglas, what a treat. It's quite slow though, I noticed, so the controller's probably not best happy with that. Two lovely black locomotives. They could be improved somehow. Oh Mark, I don't know what you mean. You don't mean by having the faces removed, do you? I'm sure you wouldn't mean that. Sam, do you have a B12? Yes, I've got quite a few B12s. Hello. Yeah, I must have 3 or 4, at least. Was tempted to model Donald and Douglas into a Belgian ROD loco. Wow, that would be very good. How come you put that idea to bed then? Was it too much of a challenge, or was it? Are they not sort of? Or is the base loco not detailed enough? I suppose either way, that's fair enough, really. Do you have the Polar Express? Says Fernando. Well, technically no, but I do have a Berkshire, which is of course what the Polar Express was based on. So technically no, but yes, I do have the Berkshire. Just look up the Wagon Berkshire video, and that's it. That is the Polar Express, or at least the engine they used for the Polar Express. And with that, I'm going to bring these to a stop because I'm conscious that we've gone on for quite a while there. But yes, to everyone that has donated today, thank you so much. I really do appreciate your generosity. And yeah, I'm amazed to say it, but I think we might have still beaten the last stream, so that is bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Okay, so cool. What else did I want to say? Well, next week I'm going to be doing a video all about model railway news on Wednesday, so I'm sure you know what that's going to involve. On Saturday it's going to be an engine from Canada that I'm going to be reviewing, so guesses as to what that might be in the chat. And the next stream is going to be in 2 weeks' time on July the 28th, which I hope is the correct date this time. If not, I will post on social media to let you know. For the time being though, let's have a look what Callum said. He says he would need to paint them grey. Would that be a problem then? Obviously they are in a glossy livery, aren't they? So maybe that would be a problem, I'm not sure. But yeah, if you decide to do it, Callum, let us know. Well, I'm sure you will. I'm sure we'll see in one of your videos if you do. But either way, it sounds like a very good idea, I must say. Cool, so I'm going to go through the list and make sure everybody is thanked for today, and that there are a lot of you, so thank you so much. Blimey, the list goes on. Right, there we are. So, Bearded Frodo was the first, thank you to you. Lee Kerwin, AZ Rail, Jack Clark, Williamtown, Jason Biggs, Ione Gunson. Again, I'm sorry if that's wrong, I'm probably saying that wrong. If there's a way to say a name wrong, I'll say it wrong, that's for sure. Deltic 9900, once again, happy birthday, happy birthday if you're still there. Rob Arnold, Neil Golding, butchered that name, and it's an easy one to say. Matt Ovell, Activity Palace, Shining Time 4, Dancing Turtle 96, Bearded Frodo again, Lampard 2013, Shining Time 4, Gary Johnson, Duke of Rawsome, Dancing Turtle 96, Connolly 500, The Fox, The Great Western, or the GBWA Rail Fan, Cooper Green, Bo Maker Fox, The Texas Train Master, which I love because it sounds so much like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Sorry for mentioning that on a kid-friendly show, hopefully that's not too bad. Charles Curtis, Spartan A054 Moose, 28 Railway Videography, Williamtown, Martin Earnshaw, Gareth Waite, Colin Wykes, Mion, The Ugly Duckman, Jake Gooding, Jacob Wilson, Mute, Jake Gooding again, didn't mean to call you Jane, I apologise. Ace Inglewheeler, I think I did mention that one earlier, Lakota Theroff, Rasputin Games, Patrick Ling, Me-Un, Joe the Super Pro Gamer, Rasputin Games once again, Me-Un once again, and finally Uni Kit Kat. And I think that is all. So a massive, massive thank you to you all. Seriously, you keep me in business. You mean that I can do what I love to do for a living, for which I can't thank you enough. And you all are entered for the 700 class, which is going to be given away in 2 streams time. So not too long to wait for that. For now though folks, thank you all very, very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. Some interesting things. I love my new wagons, and as I say, if you want to pick some up, there is a link in the description. There's some nice coloured ones as well. They do a pack which isn't just 3 wagons that are all the same colour. There's one which is they're quite a lot taller. They must be 8 or 9 plank wagons, so probably even more than that, which I did fancy, and they were only £23, and I think if I'd have known about those I might have bought them rather than the ICI ones, but I'm more than happy with that. Okay, Dexter goodbye. Cody Boer, your videos are the best. Oh, well, thank you very much. I don't think that's true, but I appreciate you saying so. Fernando, hola. I'll try not to pronounce the rest of your names. I think it would offend you. Angus's Trains, MDH Games, and the Ugly Duckman, thank you very much for your modding support. I will definitely give you a bit of a reward on the final stream in the form of a request, so get me emailed if you want to take me up on that. Bye Norbert, yes, goodbye to you Norbert, glad I spotted you. Castle Junction, Spooferfoot 742, 700, nearly as old as Sam. Oh, blimey, I wouldn't say that, come on now. Be a bit more thoughtful. Luke Killick, William Town, Firefly Silver says, I love your vids, thank you. Tom McAdams, take care Sam. King Ori, Peter Sam. Yes, I've seen that. Backman have announced Peter Sam, haven't they? Angus's Trains, goodbye. Logan R, Amy Olsen, and everybody else. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you very, very soon. All right, folks, I will see you next time. Cheers, everybody. Hey folks, thank you all very, very much for joining me for yet another stream. I hope you enjoyed that one. This series is going to be on all sorts of different Sundays over the summer, so do keep a close eye on my social media and my YouTube channel for the date of the next stream. But for now, thank you all for watching once again, have a great week, and I will talk to you all very soon. Cheers everybody.